6:39, Nashville's morning news on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Not a moment too soon. Time for the gang of four amigos. I'm Dan, that's Chris. Johnny's over there, and Ken's over yonder. Hello, everyone.
Good morning, boys. Yes.
Good morning.
So, Ken.
Yeah, Brother Dan.
What is it that they're threatening to do to Justin Jones?
Well, Scott Sapicki told us that he thinks he's one step away from being banned from speaking on the House floor for the next two sessions.
My wife wants to know how you do that because she wants to do the same thing to me.
Well,
this is a tough crowd today, man.
I guess we're going to have to check the House rules, Brother Dan. And I'm sure that Amy could probably set her own House rules.
You know, she does set the House rules, actually. And she wants to silence me for more than two sessions.
Yeah. Maybe keep you from monologuing at dinner.
Yeah.
Not just at dinner, Ken.
Oh, Brother Dan, man.
Or the breakfast, or the lunch, or anything else. And then it's funny because the second you stop talking, they want to know what's wrong.
Right.
That ever happen to you?
Yeah.
Or it's you're just you want to be the surly, silent type, and then everybody in the house starts freaking out because they think you're ticked off about something.
Yeah.
It's no, everybody keeps telling me to shut up, so I'm shutting up. I can't win with you people.
Why are you so quiet?
Yes, why are you so quiet? That's another one. He's like, are you mad? No.
Something wrong? Are you sure?
Yeah, no, man, there's nothing wrong. I'm granting everyone's wish and being quiet. That's what I get for trying to help out. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Anyway, moving right along.
Moving right along.
How many of these we're...
Keep it pushing.
Keep pushing, bro.
Keep it pushing, bro.
Now, if you're talking to a girl or a woman, can you say, keep it pushing, sis? Can you do that?
Oh, it depends.
I don't know.
You start assuming gender and you're in sticky water.
That's right.
Why don't you try, Dan? Let us know how it goes over.
Do it, bud.
How about no?
Oh.
By the way, Jason says, I just went to Zany's website trying to get tickets to the Dan Mandis performance. It appears that... Mandis is not performing live at Zany's. There's clearly a reason why.
There's not enough seats.
We need a bigger venue. Nissan Stadium would be good.
Oh. Apparently we did something like Fanny, something like that. I don't remember. But apparently that was quite cringy in the previous segment.
Well, you said you couldn't wait to see Justin Jones get kicked out of the house.
Yeah.
So you could say, bye, Justin.
Yeah. Bye, Felicia.
Yeah,
bye, Justin.
Bye, Felicia. But you had just wrapped up your bit on Fonnie Willis, and so I thought you were going to say Fonnie.
Yeah, we both did, actually.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
Yeah.
You guys can be wrong.
And then it turned into you wanting to call her Fanny when her name is actually Fonnie, but you like to go in Fanny.
1509 says that Nathan Wade, he was getting him some Fonnie.
Well, okay.
That's one of the only, because people are hitting us up on the members nutrition super text line with all kinds of, sort of
innuendos.
Some of you people call me cringy. Yeah. Man, this is so cringy. It just goes on and on. Nobody says bye, Felicia anymore, according to 6436. You're wrong. I do. I'm somebody. Anyway.
Oh.
I call her Fanny.
You call her Fanny?
Brother Ham calls her Fanny.
Yeah.
Oh, Ken says it's Fonnie.
Well,
He just does the news. He just does the news.
I've got to cover the news.
He just does the news.
He just does the news. No, you got to do it's Fanny. It's more fun that way.
I think it's fun. Listen, as far as Fanny or Fonnie, it doesn't matter. She's still corrupt and clear. And I was playing that Claire McCaskill audio earlier.
Oh, she's an extra.
Is it just me, or are they just wheeling out the really crazy now?
It's everything.
From Bob Costas to Claire McCaskill and some of these other folks. It's my Lord, they're just. It is like they're deranged.
Yep.
Their TDS is just, it seems to be going higher and higher.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's fun to watch. The thing is, though, and I did mention this throughout the show, is that they're very vapid talking points. And so when the talking points are, everybody know what vapid means?
Yeah.
Vapid?
Yeah, vapid. Like empty. Empty talking points.
okay.
They're empty talking points.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Well, every time I use my big fancy words, people they don't know what it means. And then I get criticized for trying to, bring up the vocabulary of the team.
It's a $5 word right there, boys.
Yes, sir.
It's right up there with Fanny Fanny. Anyway.
Fanny Fanny.
Fanny 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 Fanny. Where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. So
Claire McCaskill.
Yeah,
Claire McCaskill.
Goodbye, Justin.
They just keep they keep using these talking points when any American actually knows that they are just talking points and they're lying about all the things that Trump has done or will do or whatever it is. It is just silly. And so I think it's going to be even worse heading into November. And I think that'll be fun. You can ask Chris what geek culture is, LOL. Hey, what is geek culture?
What do you mean?
I'm asking you, what is geek culture?
So
Geek culture. Are you fan or not a fan of geek culture? I had lunch with a couple of guys yesterday.
Okay.
And they're telling me all about geek culture. And they specifically said, ask Chris Hand what he knows about geek culture.
Really? These are guys that buy the action figures, keep them in the box?
There might be. I don't know. We didn't get that far in their geekdom.
Put it, you know what I mean? They have a spot on the shelf for it.
I do. Yeah. You mean like my Star Wars figurines?
Do you have Star Wars figures in the box?
Maybe.
Oh, man.
Well, those are collector items.
Yes, they are.
You mean you don't?
I could get fired tomorrow, and I may just, and I could live off my Star Wars figurines still in the box.
Would you, if you had all that extra free time, would you open them up and play with them?
No, I wouldn't play with them. No, I wouldn't play with them.
No.
Not even in the tub?
Shut up, Johnny. 3618. How have y'all not stumbled upon Phony Fanny?
Phony Fanny.
Or Phony Fanny?
Phony Fanny.
There you go.
Phony Fanny, Phony Fanny.
Anyway, so you're not up on geek culture?
It doesn't bother me. It's like,
But what, can you define it? I can't define it. I can kind of sort of define it now.
I feel like geek culture is the guys that have a heavy sense of nostalgia, no kids at home. You know what I mean?
Can't get a date.
Can't get a date.
Mom's still doing the laundry.
You know what? I don't
know, man. I like buying the action figures and keeping them in the box.
I like that.
I feel like that's geek culture.
No, I think geek culture, they're heavy into computers. They're heavy into, the guys that I met yesterday. They're really into movies and pop culture and that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, it says here on the internet, geek culture is a subculture of enthusiasts that is traditionally associated with obscure media like Japanese animation, science fiction, and video games.
Yeah, they're into that.
Yep.
Yeah.
They got the Funko Pops.
Yeah.
The Dragon Ball Z cards.
Yeah. Hey.
I don't know about that. Well, what did you say, Johnny?
Dragon Ball Z cards.
What is that?
You don't remember Dragon Ball Z? Oh, man.
Dragon Ball Z?
Dragon Ball Z was pretty based.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it?
It's like a Japanimation show.
Japanimation? Okay.
It was very heavy with the...
Pokemon cards?
Yes.
Goku. You've seen the memes where Trump goes Super Saiyan? That's a Dragon Ball Z
Super
meme.
what?
Super Saiyan.
I don't know what that means. Super Saiyan?
Well, we don't have enough time here.
It'll bleed over into Chris's show.
Oh, I'm sure that it will.
I'll explain it to you. I think you'd like Dragon Ball Z.
I think you would, too.
I feel like that's something you and Riker could vibe out with.
How is there something that I don't know, but Johnny knows?
Well, my kid was into Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's not a bad show.
And he's now Chris's age.
All right. Very good. Well, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. Son Goku is one of the characters.
Yep. Goku, Piccolo.
Yep. Vegeta.
It was Vegeta.
Oh, Vegeta. Frieza.
Vegeta?
Vegeta.
Well, that sounds a little...
Moving on.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, by the way, 6298, have you seen Beyonce's billboard on Broadway?
Well,
Girl, get some clothes.
I'm still firmly in the camp that no country fans have bought that song. I don't believe it. I think that's fake news.
No, you're wrong. I know of one country fan who has bought that song, or at least downloaded the song.
You're telling me there's one.
yeah, his name's Jay-Z. He bought all of them.
Yeah.
No, Amy downloaded the song.
Ah.
Mm-hmm. That's my wife.
She likes it.
Well, I know.
The same one that wants to shut me up for 2 sessions.
My wife. That's my wife. Was she a Beyonce fan before the country song?
Yes.
So a Beyonce fan bought a Beyonce song.
She's also a country fan.
Nope.
No, really? Is that not allowed in Chris's world?
She's a Beyonce fan buying a Beyonce song.
I would let you tell her that.
I will. And furthermore, find me somebody who's not a Beyonce fan previously that went out and bought the song. That is going to be a feat.
That's going to be the test.
That's the test.
So I was not a Beyonce
yeah.
fan. I heard the song twice when I was here, and I was forced to play it on the air so that I could satisfy my pop culture requirement of the day.
Yep.
And I lasted about 22 seconds. So I will not be buying said Beyonce song. Have you asked that question on the Members Nutrition Super Text line?
I have not. I got a good feel on the
do you?
Members
You have a good
Nutrition
feel?
text line
Okay.
about how they would weigh in.
Yeah. All right. So Members Nutrition Super Texters, has there been one of you that has bought the Beyonce or downloaded the Beyonce song and you were not a Beyonce fan before? I think that's a legit question.
I think that you will find that is not the case, that is the case, that nobody that didn't listen to Beyonce before bought the song.
2805, Dan reads the dictionary for pleasure. No, I don't. I'm just vocabularily based, is what I am. Who is Beyonce? Beyonce sucks.
Who the hell buys music these days? I like that one.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point.
It's streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although I still buy it
I do too.
on vinyl or CD.
All right. And were you a Beyonce fan, Ken? Ken strikes me as a Beyonce fan.
I'm a Beyonce fan from her days with
Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Child. I think she's got a great voice.
Destiny's Child, man, they were dope.
I mean, those girls harmonize like, I mean, beautiful voices.
And all three of them very beautiful.
Yeah. And I don't have anything against Beyonce right now. I think she's very talented. She's just not my cup of tea.
People are throwing down the whole thing of 6244. Country fan bought the song to punish my wife. Anyway, I think we're done. Are we done?
I think it's still number one on the country charts.
I don't believe those numbers.
That is odd.
The term is loquacious.
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 That's our word of the day.
Loquacious?
Anybody know what that means?
Let's look it up.
Sound like something George
Loquacious.
W. Bush would come up with.
No, I think I've
loquacious.
actually used it before, but I don't remember what it means.
Tending to talk a great deal. Talkative.
Yep.
That's me. That's right, because people have said I'm loquacious. It's like,
Voluble.
well, so is Chris, because Chris talks a lot.
I talk a lot.
So there you go.
my wife says you got to stop.
Welcome to being a
What'd
talk
you
show
say?
host.
The other day we were driving and gas prices were down. This is a couple weeks back. It's like, oh, gas prices look good. I said, yeah, they're pulling out all the stops for Joe Biden. I said, I'm sick of this. They're going to try and do everything they can to make the economy look good. She's like, she's like, it was just a comment. Please, Chris, please.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I'm sorry.
I am too. Is before, like when my wife watches shows, and some of them are like on NBC, and they go woke, and I'll start going off, and she goes, "Go to the other room." She's just trying to watch a program.
I just want to watch the show.
I think that's one of the reasons why I can't get into geek culture. It's like everything in media has been ruined for me. I feel like Johnny watching NBC, just no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm like, did you see that in the background?
Yeah, exactly.
They put that there for subliminal messaging.
There you go.
That's all. It's just commies.
It's just commies everywhere.
All right.